Welcome back to Casual Bias Rugby. It is the Rugby Championship game between the Wallabies and the Springboks, played at Loftus-Versfeld this Saturday. Eddie Jones' first game as coach, pretty rotated South African team. It will be interesting. Today we're going through the lineups where each team could find the advantage points. Official prediction, we're going to look at the betting odds and also a bit of the history between the two teams. Let's get into it. Looking at the last 5 games between South Africa and Australia, the last time South Africa played Australia in South Africa was at Ellis Park in Johannesburg in 2019, which is crazy, which the South Africans won 35-17. After that, the next 4 games have all been played in Australia, of which Australia have won 3 of them, South Africa only 1, and that was the second leg in last season's tournament. The scores have been 28-26 to Australia in 2021, 30-17 to Australia in 2021, that was the second leg, 25-17, which was a crazy game last season, and then the second leg the South Africans finally won at 24-8. So the Australians have got the backing of the previous 5 games, but there's a historic thing that's happening, and I'll throw it up here. The Australians, the Wallabies, have never won a game at Loftus-Versfeld. So since 1995, this is in Afrikaans, that's why I'm translating it. Since 1995, there's been 26 games played by the Bokke at Loftus. 21 of those have been wins, 5 have been losses, and all 5 of them have been the All Blacks. That's a win percentage of 80.77%, which is crazy. Now the guy puts a sneaky dig here at the end. After Saturday, it's going up to 81.48% win percentage. This makes it very interesting because we know Eddie Jones, of all people, his first game that he wants to win will be South Africa in South Africa. It breaks a record, it sets a new part of history. And the last person we want to give a win to on South African soil is Eddie Jones. Just because of the rivalry, it's a respectful rivalry. As I said in the breakdown for the Rugby Championship, it's like Eddie Jones is a nullifier of all negative things. I love him. I love characters in the game. So this is very, very interesting. The history of the past 5 games is all on Australia's side, but the predictions for the game is all on South Africa's side. So makes it very interesting. Looking at the lineups and where the advantage points could be for each of the teams. I mean, looking at it, Alan Alatua was probably happy to go against Oxenche, even though Ox is one of the best. Happy to see Eben Etzebeth not playing. But then you hear Oxenche is ruled out for a chest injury. And in comes the beast, Stevie Kutsi. I mean, that doesn't make life any easier. I think the scrum advantage is on the South African side. But then you go into the second row. You've got a newly introduced John Klein who'll probably want to showcase his point, bring some of that monster form into play, with Marvin Orie going against the giant Nick Frost and the absolute Goliath, Will Skelton. So you would say the physicality is there on the Australian team again. Now, this is where I think both teams will win this game when it comes to the breakdown. I think Marco van Staden and Dion Fourie will have a crucial role in slowing that ball down for the Australians. I think the Australians will go with a tactical and attacking kicking game as well. But I think if they get quick ball, get it to Quade Cooper, he can produce some magic, get that ball out to a Korobeti to finish. Dion Fourie and Marco van Staden will be crucial at the breakdown to either win a penalty there or disrupt the flow of the game. That is where I think South Africa will win this game. To not give Nick White and the likes of a Quade Cooper that quick ruck ball is essential. Now, something that is going to be very, very interesting to see is the kicking game and the high ball contest between each teams. You got Korobeti versus Kainan Moody and Kurtley Arendse versus Vinnie Valu, sorry. Now, Kainan Moody made his debut last year against Australia. And we know the famous try that he scored, his first try in the box squad, where he absolutely dunked on Koroibete. Will Koroibete let that happen again? Kanamuri is very good in the air. I think Koroibete is very inconsistent when it comes to his aerial battles. But it's up to Kobus Reinach and Manie Lebok to hang it precisely for the players. The kicking game needs to be on point. There's no Faf de Klerk, who we know puts 10 out of 10 on the same spot, when Nick White can do that again. I think Nick White is very similar player to a Faf de Klerk. Kobus Reinach and Manie Lebok very much flary when it comes to it. Manie Lebok, we know he can either be a 10 out of 10 or he can be like a 5 where he makes mistakes. He's a bit inconsistent. I'm very happy he gets his start. I think it's a well-deserved start. I think it's the perfect team to play a first game against. And then a crucial point for both teams is the subs coming on. Now, I can't say too much about the reserves for the Australian team because it's a new look team with the likes of Ulesi, however you pronounce it. Ulesi, the less I say, the better. Matt Gibbon, Zane Nongor, Richie Arnold, the likes of those guys. I don't know too much about them, so I'll speak about the guys that I know. Pete Samu, Tate McDermott, Grevi, and Carter Gordon. All of those exciting players, especially Grevi and Pete Samu running at tired bodies. But that's just where I think Erge Snyman and Ivan Roos and the Dion Fourie comes in crucial. Very crucial if you know the likes of a Pete Samu gets that half break where you get over the gain line. It's where a lot of guys lose ball at the breakdown because the attacking team isn't always with you. That's where Dion Fourie will need to pounce on those balls to win us a penalty. Ivan Roos, he's a hard guy, tough guy, very tough, running at the hard bodies, the same as a Pete Samu. And then, of course, Erge Snyman, the Viking. As we all said, would have liked to have seen him start, especially next to a John Klein. But I mean, coming off the bench, very impactful. I think he makes a better impact from the bench than a Marvin Orewood from the bench. So that's probably the reason that it started like that. I would love to see Grant Williams get some game time. I truly believe he was one of the best scrum halves in the URC. He's got some absolute gas. And then Damian Willemse, interesting. Does he come on for Manie Lebok, sliding at the 10 role where he played last season? Does he go into fullback instead of Willie Leroux? Or does he slot into inside centre next to Lukanya Am and replaces Andre Esterhuizen? So the subs, the reserves will play a big role in this game with the tired bodies. Moving on to the betting odds. Now, I am a gambling man, so I'll just tell you about it. I do not endorse it. But as I said in the preview for the New Zealand game yesterday, I would actually stay away from this weekend's rugby games because the odds aren't really that great. So if South Africa is 1.3 favourites to Australia, who is 3.6, so which means if you put up $100 for South Africa, you get back 134. Same with if you put it on Australia, you get 360 back. Now, I do strongly believe that it won't be the highest scoring game, but I also feel South Africa will win it. So if I had to put money on something, it would be the double. South Africa to win and under 51.5, which gives you the odds of 2.6. So if you put up $100, you get 260 back. So my official prediction for this match, South Africa to win it, let's say, I'm feeling like a 28-16, in my opinion. Of course, I put respect on Eddie Jones' name. It's just a quick turnaround for me. But that is my official prediction. South Africa to win, 28-16. Let me know what you think. If you did enjoy the video, please remember to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I'll see you tomorrow for a match review.